Hi, it's Tony Robbins again. Welcome to another edition of the New Money Masters. This edition I think you're going to find very, very interesting. It's going to be a little different. So I thought for this session, it might be interesting to do a case study in someone who started with absolutely nothing, who wasn't a brand, who learned from some of the same people that I just described to you, studied Frank, for example, and Eben, and who was able to find a niche for herself, actually a couple of niches, and really maximize it and build herself a brand from scratch, build an extraordinary lifestyle, but really have a damn good time doing it and still be able to balance so many tough areas of her life. How do you be a great businesswoman and still feel feminine and still feel excited about your life and make a difference in the world with other people? So I brought for you today Marie Forleo, and she's an extraordinary woman. She's a Jersey girl. She's built it from scratch, and I'm really grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored.
Now, I understand, it's interesting. We have a lot of common friends,
Yes.
with Eben and with Frank and so forth. And I understand you went to Unleash the Power Within many years ago.
I did. I was like, first of all, when I got this call, I was so excited because you are really my gateway drug to the world of personal
I
development.
don't think I've ever had that term before, gateway drug.
It was a really good experience, but I remember in the beginning when I was trying to find my way and knowing that I had potential inside me, but not understanding how to get that potential out and
Yes.
make it into results.
Yes.
You were one of the people that I went to, and I was listening to you at the gym on the treadmill, and I had these dreams of dancing and these dreams of coaching and these dreams of helping people, but I didn't know how to make that a reality, and you were one of the people that really got me started.
Well, I'm really pleased to hear that and thrilled to hear that. Well, tell me, you've developed an incredible success. You're foreign, got an international best-selling book now in, 6 languages?
Yes.
And your title is?
It's Make Every Man Want You, How to Be So Irresistible You'll Barely Keep From Dating Yourself.
That last line kills me. Okay, and your primary market is obviously women. You've
Yes.
done 4 best-selling DVDs on dance and exercise and fitness. So
Yes.
you've kind of branched out in both dating and fitness in those areas.
Yep.
You've got a coaching business.
Yep.
I understand you've worked with Fox News online as a coaching consultant for them as well. So you've done incredibly well. But you didn't start out knowing this was where you wanted to be. You started out, as I understand it, really interested in business and finance. Is that right?
Yeah, I did. I went to school for finance, and my first job out of college was on Wall Street on the New York Stock Exchange. And I remember I loved it because I have a ton of energy, and there's no seats on the New York Stock Exchange. Like, you run around like a maniac, screaming all day. So that part I absolutely loved. But something inside me kept saying, like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing in the world. And it was really disturbing because, my parents had invested money. I invested my own money, getting my education, and then discovering, like, wow, this isn't where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
But I don't know what I want. And that was the scary part.
Now, so many people are in that place. They're doing something they don't love. Some people out of necessity, the current economy. Other people, they picked an area they thought they were going to love,
Yes.
or an area that everybody encouraged them to go to. And a lot of people just, when they get there, they know they're unhappy, but they don't know how to change. How did you make the shift? How long were you involved? 9, 10 months, if I remember right?
Yes, I was 9, 10 months, and I have such a strong sense of intuition. It was like this little voice inside me kept saying, this is not where you're supposed to be. And it grew louder and louder and louder until I couldn't ignore it anymore. It felt like I had to make a change or something in me was going to die. And I called my parents and I said, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I need to go find what I'm meant to do in the world. And I was just 22 at that time. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm just going to go on some odysseys because I feel like I'm really strong in business, but I'm also really creative. And I don't feel like I get that satisfaction from being on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Right.
So I did a little dabbling in publishing. I was at Gourmet Magazine in the ad sales department and spent some time there. And I loved the people I worked with. But I didn't want to be my boss. I didn't want to be the publisher of a magazine. And very quickly, thankfully, I figured out, I was like, wow, if I don't want to be my boss, if I don't want to be the head of this magazine, this isn't where I should be. So I thought, well, maybe it's not the ad sales. Maybe it's like fashion, the more creative side. So I popped over to Mademoiselle magazine. And, for any young woman, that's like a very cushy job. You play with clothes all day. You go on these like fashion appointments. It was very luxurious and it was fun. But I had that feeling again. I'm like, I don't want to be the editor-in-chief. And then I started to feel like I was broken. I said, I know I'm smart. I graduated valedictorian of my class.
Wow.
So I knew I was a smart girl, but it was like time was starting to go by, but I didn't feel satisfied, and I certainly wasn't making great money.
And you've now been on 3 odysseys, none of which have really fulfilled you.
Exactly. And that's when I stumbled upon this article about life coaching. And it was so funny because I found it on the internet. And did you ever read something and you just go, oh my God, there's something in there, like something in me lit up. Right. And I realized that that was a piece of my real path.